Welcome to the library for your library research needs. This video will explain how to conduct research at the library. All examples for this demonstration will use an education focus but can be applied to any discipline. When you are doing any academic research, the best place to start is the library. I know you say that I'm biased because I'm a librarian and you would rather just use Google. It's there, it's easy, but there's a catch. What is the quality and the cost of the results you receive? If you are a graduate student, the research that you need to complete your assignments needs to be of an academic nature. When you search Google, everything under the sun will appear. Your professor will require you to use peer-reviewed journal articles. These articles are ones that have been reviewed by other professionals in the field and deemed worthy of being published and represent the profession. Google cannot search for peer-reviewed. The databases can. Also, if you happen to find peer-reviewed journal article, the publisher will want to charge you anywhere from $20 to $50 to access the journal. Using the library database to access full-text articles will normally not cost you anything, so you might as well start with using the library. Before you begin any research at the library, you must first do two things. First, activate your network account in MyGate, and then create an account in Illiad. This section of the presentation will explain how to set up your network account in MyGate. At the beginning of each semester, you must activate your network account in order to sign in to the computers on campus and the library on and off campus to access electronic resources. This is the only time that you will have to use MyGate in dealing with the library. To activate your account, you must first log into MyGate. You can either activate your account by changing the password for the consolidated credentials that makes all of your Murray State passwords the same, or by changing the network password. When creating your password in MyGate, you must have at least 3 of the major 4 categories when creating your password: an uppercase letter, a lowercase letter, numbers, and or symbols or special characters. If you have problems creating a password, contact the service desk at 270-809-2346 for assistance. The next step that you must complete before starting to use the library's resources is to create an Illiad account. Illiad is the online connection to the library's interlibrary loan office. By registering for an account, you will be able to request materials from other libraries around the country when it is not available at Murray State. Usually, requested items will be sent to Murray State at no cost. Most importantly, this account allows you to request articles that are available in print only at Waterfield Library to be scanned and delivered to you electronically Monday through Friday. One thing to remember about Illiad is that Illiad is used to request articles from other libraries, not to search for articles at the library. The first step in creating an account is to start at the library homepage. Click on Services. Then click on Access Illiad. At the MSU Illiad logon page, click on First Time Users to create an account. Scroll to the bottom of the page and click First Time Users. Click here. Complete the registration page by entering all required information. If you are an online student or your main campus is at one of our regional campuses, make sure to select one of those choices for your regional campus. After you completed the form, click Submit. After clicking Submit, you will then arrive at this screen. Enter the word Cash in the box and click Add Account. You will only need to do this once. After completing all the steps, your account is ready to use and you are ready to begin using the library's resources. You will only have to complete this process once during your time here at Murray State. Just remember, the one thing about Illiad is that Illiad is used to request articles from other libraries, not to search for articles. You are now ready to begin looking for articles at the library to use for your research and assignments. The first step that you will need to take is to find the library guide or subject guide for your area of study. To find a library guide or subject guide, you will start with the library homepage. You can get to the library homepage one of three ways. First is by going to the link lib.murraystate.edu. The second way is to go to the university's homepage, murraystate.edu, and click on Quick Links. And then scroll down the menu that appears to the Students section and click on University Libraries. And the final way is through the link in your Canvas course. To access the subject guides, click on Research Guides and Tools button. To maneuver through the list, click the alphabet choices to find your subject guide that supports your class. For the purpose of this demonstration, I am selecting the D through H tab. To select Educational Leadership. This subject guide is very similar to any of the other subject guides you may encounter at Murray State University. Each tab provides valuable information to use for your research projects. The Home tab always provides basic information about the library and how to contact the library for instant information between the hours of 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. Monday through Friday, with shortened hours on the weekend, and how to contact the subject librarian for your particular area. Two other tabs provide valuable information to use for research projects. First is the Citations and Using Sources tab. It provides information and examples of how to cite information correctly according to the style guide that is required for your course. All areas of the College of Education and Human Services use this APA. And finally, there is the Finding Articles tab. It provides access to databases that are best for your subject when conducting research. In this next section of the presentation, we'll discuss how to find articles in the database for your assignments and research. First, click on the Finding Articles tab in the subject guide that is best for your area. In the center of the page is a list of databases that are great to use when researching topics in a particular area of research. When looking for articles, choose one database to start with. If you do not find enough articles in the database that you chose, then go back to the list and select another database. For the purpose of this demonstration, we will be looking at Education Source. If you are accessing the library's databases on and off campus, you will land on this page when you click on the database titles. It is at this point that you will need to enter your MyGate username in the username box and the network or consolidated password that you created at the beginning of this presentation in the password box. When you click Submit, you will then be directed to the main page of the database. This is the main page for the database Education Source. All the EBSCO databases will look and function in the same way. The main difference is the resources that the database searches. To begin any search, we will need to first start with the search boxes. When entering search terms into the search box, you will first need to know that the database will not work like Google. Google will help you think by making suggestions about what to enter into the box. A database will not do that except for maybe 2 word combinations. It will also stick the word "and" between every word in Google. A database will not do that. So, for example, you would like to search for articles on teaching strategies for integrating science. In the first box, you will type teaching strategies, and in the second box, type science. And in the third box, if you want to narrow it down to a particular grade level, type like elementary education. At this point, you will probably want to click search to see what articles you will retrieve. But wait, we need to scroll down and look at some limiters to find the best articles. First, even though it is tempting, do not click the full text only option. If you click this button, it will cause the database to only look for articles within the database and not consider if they're available in full text in other locations. By leaving this blank, the database will give you the option to link to a great article on your topic in another location. Many professors will require you to find articles that are scholarly or peer-reviewed journals. By checking this box for scholarly peer-reviewed journals, the database will only find articles that are peer-reviewed. Next, some professors would like you to only find recently published articles, or in other terms, you'll find only articles that are published in the last 5 to 10 years. If you enter dates into the published date from box, the database will only find you articles that are in that date range. After you've set any limiters on your search, then it is time to click the search button to find articles. This view is showing the results for the topic searching for teaching strategies, science, and elementary education with the limiters of peer review and only articles within the last 10 years. This search found 79 articles that we could possibly use when researching this topic. If you forgot to add limiters, you can always add them at any time by making adjustments on the left-hand column of the screen. It's now time to look at an article. To look more closely at an article, click on the article title. The news screen presents you with the more detailed information about the article. If I'm not finding a lot of articles on the topic, I always look at the subject terms of an article that will work for my paper to see if any of those terms will work better to find articles. You'll find these in the middle of the page. The second piece of information that I always look for before going any further is the abstract. It will provide a brief summary of the article to let me know if this article will work for my paper. Then I will look for the article citation. On the right side of the page is a list of tools that are useful when examining articles. The most important tool is the Cite button, which is fifth on the list. When you click on this link, the database will provide you with a citation for the article in different citation styles. In the College of Education and Human Services, you are required to cite your articles using APA 6th edition as illustrated here. When copying this citation into a Word document, you will most likely need to fix one part of the citation, the title. The rule for APA 6th edition is the only words in the title that should be capitalized is the first word of the title, the first word of the subtitle, and any proper nouns or adjectives. The database does not fix the citations for capitalization as illustrated in this example. In the first version, every word of the title is capitalized. In the second version, the errors are corrected. Another helpful tool that the database provides is the Permalink option. By clicking on the Permalink, a permanent web address link for this article will appear on the screen. This link can be copied and saved into a document so you can easily return to this article in the database if you need to. When I'm researching, I always keep a working reference Word document with citations and permalinks of all the articles I'm considering using in a research paper so I can retrace my steps in a database if I need to. Just remember that the permalink should not be included in the works cited page that you turn into your professor. Before clicking on the article, there is one more useful feature to point out. Cited References. The database provides a link to a list of all references that are in an article. The list of articles provides access to get an MSU link to access the resource from another source or link to the article in the database. The references of an article are always great to use for additional resources for a paper, especially when you're not finding a lot of articles on your topic. It's now time to access the actual article. On the left of the screen, you will see either a link for a PDF full text or a link to HTML or the Get It MSU button. If it says PDF or HTML, you will have instant access to the article by clicking the link. Sometimes it may give you a choice of HTML or PDF. I suggest to select the PDF because it will include all the graphs and pictures that accompany an article, and the HTML will not. Note, if you click PDF or HTML and the article does not appear on the screen, you may need to disable your internet browser's pop-up blocker to retrieve the article. If the article does not have an option for PDF or HTML, click on the Get It at MSU button to see if the article is available somewhere else or to request the article through Illiad or interlibrary loan. If the pop-up box provides a link to an electronic copy of the article, click on one of the links and it will take you to the article. If the pop-up box says that to request it from another library, that means the library will request another library to share the article with you. This is usually free. The request is usually filled in 2 to 7 days. The Interlibrary Loan Office is closed on weekends. If the pop-up box says it's available in the library's print journal collection, that means the article is available in paper at the library. You can either go to the library to view the article in person or click on the Illiad link to request the library to scan it for you and send it to you electronically through the Illiad interface. The request is usually completed within 24 to 48 hours Monday through Friday. The Interlibrary Loan Office is closed on weekends. There is not a charge for this service. Remember, if you do not find enough articles in one database, try another database on the Finding Articles page. In this section of the presentation, we'll discuss how to order an article through Illiad. After clicking the link to order an article, log on to Illiad. If you order an article through the database, the form will be completed for you. I always say that I want the article for no cost. If there's a charge, the office will email you and you can choose to pay for the article or not before the order is completed. Then click Submit and the article is ordered. You will receive an email when the article is ready to view. The email will contain a link to log into Illiad to retrieve the article. When you first log into Illiad, click on Electronically Received Articles to access the list of received articles. Just click on the PDF icon to access the article. You have 15 days to retrieve the article from the date of posting. After that, the link will expire and you will have to order the article again to retrieve the article. Finally, if you have any questions about using the library's resources for research, please take advantage of the many resources for help available. First, on the homepage and in the library guides, you'll find links for talking with a librarian. From 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday through Friday with reduced hours on the weekend, a librarian is on duty at the reference desk. You can chat online, text, email, or call the information desk for general help with any research problems. Just click on one of the links for more information. You can also contact the subject librarian for specific help with your research. The librarian will be glad to help you work through any problems that you may have encountered. Thank you for your attention. This concludes this presentation.